fellow humans, and welcome to my first car vlog. I'm on my way back right now from my tattoo appointment, which went great. We were working on my back piece because I might have shown you at some point that I have my spine done, but it's supposed to have wings that come off of it, and I got the spine done a good 2 years ago. And I finally, since my birthday's coming up, decided to make another appointment to get my back worked on by the same guy who does almost all my tattoos. So that was today. We got both sides outlined and the left side completely shaded. He said that he had the time to do the right side if I thought I could sit through it, but I'd already been there for a good 6 hours. The first hour or so was just him hand drawing with markers the tattoo, because it's so big, it's not something you can really sketch a stencil beforehand. You have to freehand it. So the first hour was that, and then the rest of it was all tattooing with a couple little breaks in between. So it probably took something like 4.5 hours realistically of actually sitting, but it was a little rough pain-wise, just because some of the areas were really tender. Like, it goes on right around my arm, and so that skin's really thin. It goes on, I don't know, it's still your rib cage on the back, so it's like the lower part of my rib cage on the left, on both sides too. When I get home, I'll do a separate little tea vlog, and I'll actually show you what it looks like right now. But it's a very long car drive, so I thought I would have you guys come keep me company. My tattoo artist lives and works 2.5 hours away from me. And it's funny, the way that I met him was actually because Facebook. We had a whole bunch of mutual friends because I used to spend a lot of time down here. He's based in Rhode Island and I live in New Hampshire. I used to be down in Rhode Island all the time because I used to go to a lot of kink-related events at the clubs down here. And I still would love to, I just haven't really had time because it's so far away and whatnot. But anyway, I used to spend a lot of time in Rhode Island, so I have a lot of like friends and whatnot that are from the area. And my tattoo artist, James, was one of the mutual Facebook friends. And I saw some of his work online, and I was like, that's the guy I want to do my chest piece. Because I had the idea of what I wanted for my chest, and I was just trying to find a good artist to do it because it was going to be super prominent. I, wanted their artistic input for the layout and everything. All I knew is that I wanted the butterfly, the moth, and I wanted it to be lace, and I wanted it to, look good because it's right on my chest in a super obvious place. So I messaged him on Facebook, I set up the consult appointment, all that jazz. I don't think I actually came in for a consult because I was so far away. I just sent him the money through PayPal for the deposit, and then he drew it up, and we kind of went back and forth through Messenger about the design and stuff. And then I just drove down to Rhode Island to actually get it done. So that was the first tattoo I ever got from James, and I followed him through quite a few shops since then. He actually owns his own shop now, which is awesome. I'm super happy for him, and it's super cute too. I say cute, it's like all black and like macabre, and it's a really cool theme to it. I really dig his shop layout. But someone's getting towed. But I've been coming down here. This was my 8th time getting tattooed by James, I believe, because he did my chest the first time. The next tattoo from him, it must have been the Medusa on my right thigh. And then we did, I don't remember the order, that's the funny thing. So James has done my chest, the Medusa on my right thigh, the nun on my left thigh. He's the one who's done the entire sleeve on my left arm, and he did the spine, and that was about 2 years ago, and now he's finishing the rest of the back, which we'll have, I already made another appointment, so September 20th I'm going to come back down, and the side that's just outlined, we're going to finish that side. So, yay! I I just hate walking around like a work in progress. I don't like the idea of having just unfilled lines on one side of my body. That kind of drives me crazy. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to book the finishing appointment right now while I'm here because I don't want to deal with this. Every tattoo I've gotten from him, even the big ones, I've always walked out of the shop completed. But today, I just couldn't do it. It was too sensitive, too sore. I was like getting ready to cry a little bit towards the end there because I was just not having a good time of sitting and getting those tender bits prodded and poked at and whatnot. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever not had a tattoo completely finished in one sitting, which I knew we weren't going to. Like, I didn't actually expect to get my entire top of my back tattooed in one day, and A, have it come out good, and B, not want to be, like, dying the whole time. If you've never gotten a tattoo before, or if you've only ever gotten small tattoos, you might not totally know what I'm talking about, because no matter what, tattoos kind of hurt. You know, that's just fact, life, whatever. But sitting for multiple hours, like, the first 2 or 3 hours of sitting for a tattoo, it's obviously a little uncomfortable. It's a tattoo, but it's fine. Like, it doesn't bother me. Once we start getting into, like, the 4 to 5 hour range, I start, like, getting... my, like, pain tolerance kind of feels like it decreases a little bit, and I start, like, getting kind of miserable, and it's just really unpleasant. And that's the point I was getting at today, where it was just extremely unpleasant and uncomfortable, so we will finish it in another day. But I'm super excited to go home and show Matt tonight before he goes off to work. I texted him some progress pictures, but I think he went to bed early because he didn't actually look at any of them. So it might be a complete surprise. Obviously he knows I was there. He has a general idea what I was getting done. Just he hasn't seen any of it yet. I'm sore. I have like a tension headache. Just from like being so tense for so many hours physically, and it kind of gives me a headache sometimes, like after getting tattooed. So I'm probably just gonna kind of chillax the rest of the night. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of my day off. I'm not wearing my watch, which is weird. I think it's like, the clock's behind you guys. It's only 7:12 right now, so it's still fairly early in the day. For me, my bedtime's usually between 1 and 2 a.m. I'll be home in about an hour or so. So, I don't know what I want to do. I wanted to try and film a rope video this week, but I don't think I'm going to have the range of motion until this is healed to be able to do it. Which is fine, whatever. We'll get it done eventually. I wish I could just edit the one I already filmed. The first half of it actually was pretty decent. I'm still talking about that one Futomomo video I had filmed, the tutorial, and I ended up just never uploading it because it wasn't any good. I think I'm a lot today too. I'm kind of just spacey. I did go ahead and eat something. I stopped at a gas station and just picked up some like cheese just to have something to snack on because I was getting like really shaky and kind of like dizzy. I ate beforehand. It's just, you know, it happens. So, but I'm still kind of a little bit like, not lightheaded, but my head's just not all there either. Kind of headachy, kind of woozy, kind of just like, I want to go home and lay down on my stomach because my back hurts. I can probably lay on the right side because the right side doesn't really hurt because it's just the outline. So yeah, sleeping tonight's going to be kind of interesting. I hate merging because like I don't just let other people merge, I try and help them merge, and a lot of people really suck at merging, like this person. Anyway, so I just kind of wanted to stop in, say hi, let you know that the tattoo appointment went well and we didn't finish, which is fine. I had honestly thought we might only get it outlined today. I'm pretty excited we even got as far as we did because when we did my spinal piece, just the middle, It was also free-handed, and it took him quite a while. It took a good 2 hours to sketch out that one, just to get, it has all the vertebrae and that kind of stuff. Versus today, he had it sketched out and totally drawn on me in like 45 minutes. It was super quick. He said they did like a mock-up of it yesterday, so that was probably partially why, but I just thought it was like, I was really expecting it to take a lot longer than that, and I think that's why we got as far as we did in such a short amount of time today, because I figured we'd probably be sketching for a good 3 hours and then get the whole thing outlined, which I thought was going to take a lot longer than it did too. It only took like maybe an hour per side for the lining, which I thought was going to take a lot longer. James, it's funny, he either works really quick or it takes a lot longer than I think it's going to. It's always one or the other, so I always just make sure I take the whole day off and let that be my plans for the day. But I'm going to go home, relax, and I'll probably do a tea vlog later, and I will show you what it actually looks like. If you look at my Instagram account, I did post a picture of the sketch. So if you're curious, go look there. But for now, I'm going to let you go and just keep on doing this boring highway driving thing. But I love you all, and I will see you later.